Hi, hi, hi. I hope you're all having a good evening. How are you doing, guys? Hey, hey, Hania. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here, joining my live session. There she is. Oh, honey, I've missed you too. Hi.
Hi, dear Sima. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
We decided to work on a book. We gave thoughts on, collocations, phrasal verbs. What we ended up deciding, working on English vocabulary in use book, the advanced level. And so if you're preparing for IELTS, TOEFL, or any other international exam, this book is, I think, essential for you. If your English level is already advanced, but you try to have a review so that you don't forget those big words in your head, you're in the right place. If your English level is a B2, or in other words, upper intermediate, welcome to the club. This book is awesome for you. If your English level is intermediate, it depends on you. If you're that kind of person who doesn't, easily get disheartened by seeing all those big words and realizing, they have a long way ahead of themselves in their English learning process, I think you can handle it. But if your level is elementary, if you're an elementary English learner, just, ignore these live sessions. Am I tiring you, Malihe? Sorry.
No,
Talking too much. Sorry, really. There's just, one point or 2 points left. But one more important, thing is that if you're busy with other vocabulary books, or taking part in some other classes, and you don't literally have that amount of time to allocate to these live sessions, again, just simply ignore them, because, having too many sources to study will just distract you. Don't be, like so-called English learners that, study a few units from one book, then a few units from another book, then, simply getting bored and jumping to another. Don't be like that, because that's not going to help you with your learning process. The key in studying these books is that you finish them, so that you go from one level to another level. But if you were looking for an opportunity to boost your vocabulary and improve your English, just, you're in the right place, and be with us. These live sessions can be long, like 50 minutes or even an hour. It can be tiring or even frustrating, but please try to stay focused. I think other than, English practicing, we can practice, being focused too. We live in an era that we can easily get sidetracked by a simple notification. So I want you, please, if it's possible, turn off your phones, stream this live session from your computer, from, the website of the Instagram, so that you keep yourself focused and concentrated. That's it. That's all. And now we shall begin. English Vocabulary in Use, Advanced Level, 3rd edition. today we will, try to cover Unit 1. So be with us. When we get to the exercises, I will turn on the comments so that you can, interact in this session. Just stay tuned. Okay, Maliha, Unit 1. I want you, please read Part A for us.
Okay, sure. Study and exams. Before an exam, some students cram for it. Even if you're a genius, you'll have to do some revision. If the exam happens every year, you can revise by looking at past papers. Some things can be memorized or learned by heart, but rote learning is not sufficient for most subjects. It is also possible to use mnemonics. It is also possible to use mnemonics. However, all things considered, the best idea is to bury yourself in your books and study intensively until you know the subject inside out.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So the title of this unit is Cramming for Success, Study and Academic Work, Part A, Study and Exams. So let's now go through, the words that are in bold. Before an exam, some students cram for it. What is the meaning of cram? You can simply, read the definition that is provided in the, first page.
Yeah, okay. I know the meaning of cram, but I can't explain by myself. So I just read the phrase, the definition. Study in a very concerned way for a short time.
Study in a very concentrated way. It means focused.
Yeah.
Concentrate way for a short time. So if I want to give you a synonym for the word cram, it would be the word SWOT.
SWOT.
Yeah. SWOT. SWOT. Actually, it's informal and it's British. So as a verb, it can mean cram, and as a noun, it can, we can use it to refer to someone who spends a lot of time studying. So
in Farsi, we called those kind of person kharkhun.
Exactly. And the, American equivalence for the word SWOT as a noun would be the word grind. It's American, informal, GRIND, and it means someone who spends a lot of time studying, like me. When it comes to English, I can, turn into such a grind. So that was the meaning of cram. If you're a genius, you'll have to do some revision. Genius, would you please read the definition for us?
Yes, an exceptionally clever person, someone who is very intelligent and clever.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're a genius, you'll have to do some revision. Revision is the noun form of the verb revise, and it means to review. Exactly. Thank you, Maliha. If the exam happens every year, you can revise by looking at past papers. You can revise, again, it means to review, especially to study for an exam, by looking at past papers. Past papers mean?
Exam papers from previous years.
Yeah, the meaning is absolutely, crystal clear. Some things can be memorized or learned off by heart. So here the books, the author gives us some, paraphrase for the word memorize. You can memorize or you can learn something off by heart.
They are synonyms, yes? Memorize
Exactly. But rote learning, would you please read for us the meaning of rote learning?
Sure. Learning purely by repetition. Repetition.
Again, it's another paraphrase for memorizing or learning off by heart. But rote learning is not sufficient for most subjects. Sufficient means enough. So it is also possible to use mnemonics. Mnemonics, Maliha?
Mnemonics exactly means like memorizing. No?
But through some, tricks. Here is an example of mnemonics.
Tricks. Yes.
Number 5.
Yes, with tricks. Memorizing with some tricks. Tricks that help you remember something. For example, I before E, except after C except after C is a mnemonic for English spelling. Example, friend, but receive.
Exactly. By these mnemonics, you can, memorize some stuff that are difficult to, simply memorize. However, all things considered, the best idea is to bury yourself in your books. Bury yourself in your books.
توی فارسی sorry that I should speak فارسی تو فارسی میگیم که به نظرم معادلش میشه که کتابو جویدم مثلا میگن کتابو جویدم
Exactly.
جزوه ها رو
Exactly.
آره
Exactly.
In English it means spend the maximum time studying.
Exactly. To bury yourself in your books and to study intensively until you know the subject inside out. To study intensively means to study in a very focused, to study in a very, determined way. Until you know the subject inside out, it means that you know it completely.
Okay.
Okay. That's part A. Guys, I want to just, keep it short so that we can, finish 1 unit per week. Of course, you need to check the new words from, a dictionary, look them up in your dictionaries, monolingual English dictionaries, and read some examples for every new word so that you can get the meaning completely. Part B, academic writing.
Okay. Let me read it.
The first one is composition.
Composition. Could be just 50 to 100 words, often used for school work.
So composition is simply a short essay. In Persian, we say insha.
Yeah.
Then there is essay. Essay longer than
a composition.
Go ahead.
Essay longer than a composition, more serious, hundreds or thousands of words.
Like those essays that we write in writing section of the IELTS or TOEFL. Those are called essay. Then there is assignment. A long essay.
A long essay, often part of a course, usually thousands of words.
Exactly.
Assignments is like, for example, مشق, yeah? تکلیف دانشگاهی.
Exactly. It's not very common in universities in Iran, to give the students assignments. But in European and American, Canadian universities, it's very common. It's part of their course. They have to,
exactly,
do an assignment. Then there is project.
Project like an assignment, but emphasize on students' own material and topic.
But emphasis on students' own material and topic. Okay, then there is portfolio. A collection
of individual pieces of work and may include drawing and other examples of creative work as well as writing.
So it's not just writing. It can include other pieces of work as well. A collection of individual pieces of work may include drawings and other examples of creative work as well as writing. I think, those who are studying engineering, deal with these portfolio things. Or when applying for a job.
Yes,
they
I think some fields of study use portfolio more than others, such as
exactly.
some fields which are related to art or design or something like this.
Exactly. Then there is dissertation, which this word, guys, appears in, I think, every single IELTS listening section. So please just, memorize this word and get the meaning. Dissertation. In Persian, we say payanname.
Yeah.
So the definition of dissertation?
Dissertation, a long research-based work, perhaps 10 to 15,000 words for a degree or diploma.
Exactly. And finally, there is thesis. Guys, the pronunciation is thesis. Thesis.
Thesis.
Exactly, thesis.
Okay.
A very long,
original research-based work, perhaps 80 to 100,000 words for a higher degree. Example, PhD.
Yeah, PhD. So, thank you. Then there is another, part here in part B. It's a good idea to start with a mind map when preparing an essay. So mind map, I think the meaning is crystal clear, a diagram that lays out ideas for a topic and how they are connected to one another. For example, writing task 2, I always recommend my students that, don't just, immediately get into the writing. First, have your mind map, plan it out, and then start writing. So mind map. Then always write a first draft before writing up the final version. So a first draft, Malihe Jun.
First rough version.
Exactly. You can use also draft as a verb. For example, I want to draft this letter, then I want to write it up. You can use draft as a verb. First draft before writing up the final version. Your essay should be all your own work. Plagiarism, the pronunciation is plagiarism, is a very serious offense in colleges and universities.
Yes.
So the meaning of plagiarism?
Plagiarism, let me find. Plagiarism, using other people's work as if it was yours.
So, which is very common in our country, unfortunately.
Yes, but here, if you do plagiarism, your score will be 0.
That's, how it should be.
Yes, exactly.
Plagiarism is a very serious offense in colleges and universities. It is an increasing problem. It is an increasing problem because it is so easy to cut and paste from materials available on the internet. And students have to sign a plagiarism form to say that the work they are handing in is all their own, and they acknowledge any sources they have used. So new words are, in this part, plagiarism form. Yeah. Handing in, it's another word to say submit, hand in, and then acknowledge. What is the meaning of acknowledge, Mariha?
Acknowledge, give details of. Give details of. But in Persian, we say تصدیق کردن. نمیگه تصدیق کردن. این همون معنی رو میده.
I'm not sure about the Persian meaning, It's just, you're using, for example, an idea from another, author's book, and you use it in your own work, you have to kind of give credits. It's kind of giving credits that this is not my own, work. I got it from someone else. You acknowledge it.
Okay.
Any sources that have been used? There is usually a deadline. Deadline, the meaning is, clear.
Yeah.
After the essay is submitted, so the pronunciation is submitted. A lot of students, mispronounce it like submit. It's submit. Thank you. After the essay is submitted, it will be assessed, and usually you can get feedback. Assess, which is, a common word in IELTS, means?
It means evaluated and given a grade.
Exactly. To assess something means to evaluate it, to mark it.
Yeah.
And feedback, comments from teachers or tutors. Okay. What's the time? Half an hour. I think we're doing good.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I rushing it, Malihe, or the speed is okay?
No, the speed is okay. Sima, I want to tell something about bury yourself in your books.
Bury.
In Persian.
Okay.
خودم چون اینطوری یادم مونده دوست دارم که به بچه هام بگم، شاید حالا همه مثلا اینطوری نباشه ذهنشون، ولی ترجمه لغت به لغتش خیلی کمک میکنه که چیز بشه، معنی این جمله توی ذهن آدم بمونه. آره میشه خودتو زیر کتابات دفن کنی، این متماش میشه دیگه.
Exactly.
Yeah, because of that, I wanted to mention about it. It helps students to memorize this phrase easily.
Thank you. Yeah, bury means دفن کردن. Just, another, paraphrase for it can be hit the books.
Hit the books.
Hit the books. Yeah, if you hit the books, it means you bury yourself in your books and you study intensively. Part C, aspects of higher academic study. So the final part of page 8. Maria, if you don't mind reading this part.
Okay, sure. University academics carry out research and are expected to read academic journals. I first of all read all the text and then explain about the words.
We can go sentence by sentence.
Okay.
Let's do that way. So university academics, here academic is a noun. It refers to professors and all those lecturers and tutors, or those who do some research work. We call them academic. University academics carry out research. Carry out research, it means to?
A formal way of do research.
Yeah, exactly. Another verb to say that is to conduct research. Yeah.
To conduct.
And again, it's, these phrases are very common in IELTS. Carry out research, conduct research, or conduct experiment, blah, 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 blah. So university academics carry out research, do research, or conduct research, and are expected to read academic journals. So academic journals
means magazines. Magazines with academic articles. We don't use the word magazine to talk about this kind of academic publication.
This is really important. So if you want to refer to an article which is, in academic context, we don't use the word magazine. We use journal, academic journals.
Okay. Okay.
Which publish papers,
which publish papers or articles on specialized subjects.
Specialized.
Specialized subjects.
So papers and articles, the meanings, are clear. Next sentence.
If a library does not have a copy of a book or journal, you may be able to access it online, or you can usually get it through an interlibrary loan.
So access it online means
get hold of it on the internet.
Such a, such an awesome phrasal verb. Get hold of something. It means to access something through an interlibrary loan. See, guys, pronouncing it interlibrary loan is absolutely standard, but you may hear native speakers pronouncing it like interlibrary loan.
Interlibrary loan.
Okay.
Systems where libraries exchange books, journals with one another.
I think in Persian we say کتاب بانک میان کتابخانه‌ای یه همچین چیزی.
بانک میان maybe
yeah. بعد 34 دقیقه I switched into Persian. Okay. Open, please continue, Maliam.
Open educational resources are particularly convenient for many students.
Open educational resources
means online materials that can be freely used by teachers and students anywhere.
Thank you. Go on, please.
Okay. Academic study can be very demanding, and some students drop out, but the majority survive till finals. And
majority survive.
Majority survive till finals and become well qualified members of their future professions.
Okay, thank you. So academic study can be very demanding. If something is demanding, it means it requires a lot of energy and effort, and you need to work hard for it. Demanding. Some students drop out.
It means چیکار کردن انصراف دادن.
Yeah. It means would you please read the English definition?
Yes, leave the course before the end.
But the majority survive till finals. Finals, the meaning is clear. Last exams before the end of a college or university course, and become well qualified.
With the right formal qualifications.
With the right formal qualifications. So if you're qualified for something, it means you have had some certain exams and you have some skills in that area. And if you're well qualified, you're, well qualified. Thank you. I just want to read along this part again for those, who want me to read. And I want to highlight some points, Malihe. You remember a few sessions ago, I told you about, linking the words together while reading or speaking.
Yes.
Again, I noticed it here. Well, you just separated each words in one sentence. I want to read that sentence, and I want you to kind of pay attention to that when practicing for our next sessions, okay?
Okay.
So, university academics carry out research and are expected to read academic journals, which publish papers or articles on specialized subjects. See, I don't, just let the grip of sentence go out of my hand. I just keep it connected. If a library doesn't have a copy of a book, if a library does not have a copy of a book or journal, you may be able to access it online, or you can usually get it through an interlibrary loan. An interlibrary loan. I just link the words together. Yeah, it's mostly about, you know, connecting vowels to consonants.
Mm-hmm.
Open educational resources are particularly convenient for many students. Convenient means easy. Academic study can be very demanding, and some students drop out, but the majority survive till finals and become well-qualified members of their future professions. Okay, that's it. You know, I wasn't hoping to finish the first page. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Now let's move to the exercises, and let me just turn on the comments. Guys, you can, you know, write the answers here in the comments, okay? It can help you with your spelling too. If you just write and type here, it will help you with your spelling of the words. Before that, how do you find the level of this unit, Maliha? Was it, you know,
if I when I was studying this unit, I could find the meaning of some words, but if I didn't find the meaning of the words, I could understand the whole meaning, and it was okay for me. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Then the, you know, level of the book is suitable for you. So exercises, correct the wrong usage of words to do with written work in these sentences. Number one, Maliha.
His PhD assignment was 90,000 words long and was on the history of US place names.
So what's wrong with this? Wait. Yeah, there is, you know, one word wrong with this sentence. It's about, you know, the different types of writing. Okay, let's wait for guys. His PhD assignment was, guys, what's wrong with this sentence? PhD thesis. Thank you, Mr. Qahiri. Thank you. Yes, the answer is thesis. Instead of assignment, it must be thesis, because we do a thesis in a, you know, a PhD degree. So his PhD thesis was 90,000 words long. 90,000 words long, and was on the history of US place names. Was on, it means it was about. Number two, Maliha.
Little Martha did her first dissertation in school today. It was called My Family.
It was called My Family. Okay, guys, what's wrong with this sentence? Little Martha did her first dissertation in school today. It was called My Family. What's wrong with this sentence? Yeah, first composition. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Guys, please try to interact. Please try to drop comments. You know, it's, you know, kind of overwhelming and makes us happy. Yeah. They don't feel left out.
Okay.
So Little Martha did her first composition in school today. It was called My Family. Number three, Maliha.
We have to hand in an essay at the end of the course. It can consist of up to 5 different pieces of work.
So 5 different pieces of work. Can it be an essay? No. We have to hand in an essay. Maliha, again, pay attention to the, you know, way that I link the words together. We have to hand in an essay at the end of the course. It can consist of up to 5 different pieces of work. So what's wrong with this sentence, guys? We have to hand in an essay. It can consist of up to 5 different pieces of work. Portfolio. Thank you. Thank you, Atta. Thank you. Portfolio. Yes. Number 4, Aliha.
The teacher gave us the title of his week's project today. We have to write 1,000 words on the topic of if I roll the word and hand it in the next Monday.
Hand it in. Okay, okay. The teacher gave us the title of this week's project today. It cannot be project. We have to write 1,000 words on the topic of if I rule the world and hand it in next Monday. So, what do you think the answer is, Maliha?
The teacher gave us the title of his project today. It's not project. It's assignment, I think.
But pay attention to the word limit, 1,000 words. I think it should be essay.
Essay, yeah, because of 1,000 words. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5.
At the end of this course, you have to do a 5,000 word thesis.
Thesis. Yeah. Thesis.
Yeah, a 5,000 word thesis, which will be assessed, and the grade will contribute to your final degree.
See, again, there is the key information here. We discussed it here. We discussed it earlier. At the end of this course, you have to do a 5,000 word thesis. See, look at the combination, guys. A 5,000 word thesis. Here, 5,000 word is an adjective, which will be assessed, and the grade will contribute to your final degree. So it cannot be a thesis. It's assignment. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it is assignment. Number 6. Let me just say something, guys. I saw some of you, misspelling the word essay. A few of you, I saw that wrote it with an A, the beginning. It's not with an A. It's with an E. E-S-S-A-Y. Pay attention to that in your, writing, especially in IELTS.
The last assignment is not correct.
Yeah. Thank you. Next one.
Number 6, I think I'll do study of people's personal banking habits for my MSc composition. It has to be about 12,000 words.
MSc means your master's degree. So normally for a master degree, we do what, guys? I think I'll do a study of people's personal banking habits. For my MSc composition, no. It has to be about 12,000 words. So if it's not composition, what is it? Yes. Dissertation. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your engagement. I feel really, I cannot describe the way I feel, when I see your comments here. Thank you for interacting. Yeah, it's dissertation then. And number 7, Nadiha.
I've chosen to do the portfolio instead of the 2 exams because I like to do one single piece of work where I can research something that interests me personally. So what can be the answer? It's not portfolio. It consists the student's own piece of work. It is, I've chosen to do the instead of the 2 exams because I like to do
one single piece of work where I can research something that interests me personally.
Can I say?
Of course.
Is it project?
Exactly. It's project. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So much. Now, are you tired, Maliha? Or you're okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, let's just then move to exercise 2.
Okay.
Exercise 2 wants us to rewrite this text using words and phrases from the opposite page instead of the underlined words. So, Maliha, if you don't mind reading this part too. Or if
Okay,
you feel tired, I can handle it.
No. I like to read.
Okay.
When I'm studying in a very focused way because I'm preparing hard for an exam. In a very focused way, it could be wait for بچه ها.
Yeah, let's wait for the answers. When I'm studying in a very focused way, because I'm preparing hard for an exam in a very focused way. Atta wrote that tired is enemy. Yeah. Intensively. Yes, intensively. When I'm studying intensively or determinedly, guys, we can also write the word determinedly.
Determinedly.
Yeah, determinedly.
Okay.
Because I'm preparing hard for an exam. Preparing hard for an exam.
We have to wait. Okay.
Preparing hard for an exam. What can be a good equivalence for this?
Is it correct, the dictation of determinedly? No, I think it's not correct.
Determinedly. I think it's correct. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
determinedly.
It's correct?
Yeah. It's correct.
Okay. Yeah, cramming.
Cramming, exactly. So I don't see. Continue, Maria, please.
I don't see any point in looking up exam papers from previous years, nor is there any point in just learning things by memory.
Okay,
exam papers from previous years means
I think some of the guys are receiving this session with a delay.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, past papers is correct.
Past papers. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mr. Qaheri. So I don't see any point in looking up past papers, nor is there any point in just learning things by memory, nor is there just, guys, pay attention to the grammatical point here. We call this kind of this kind of structure inversion. If you're interested, just Google the word inversion in English grammar, and a lot of good articles will come up. Inversion, yeah. Nor is there any point in just learning things by memory. By memory. How can we paraphrase this?
Learned by heart, yeah. میتونی by heart خالی که نمیشه، درسته؟
چرا میشه؟ By memory. Yeah, learning things by heart.
No.
Or
by heart الان یکی از بچه‌ها نوشتن by heart. میگم این تنها میشه. آره نمیدونستم. Or we have to say learned by heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can use both of them. So nor is there any point in just learning things by memory or learning things by heart or learning things. What are the alternatives here? Yeah, those were the two alternatives. Continue,
Memorize
please,
them.
Malihe. I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know some people develop very clever memory tricks to help them remember the material, but there is no real substitute for recording and going over the term's work.
So I know some people develop very clever memory tricks. Very clever memory tricks. Instead of memory tricks, what can we use? Clever tricks.
Yeah, thank you, mnemonics.
Mnemonics. Yes, mnemonics.
Rereading and going over هم بودش توی این جمله. Rereading and going over.
John, I didn't get you.
صدام قطع شدش سیما فکر میکنم درسته؟
No.
No, it's okay. میگم توی این جمله که خوندم به غیر از الان نمانیک که گفتن بچه ها بعد برای rereading and going over هم پرافریزش رو بگن که چی میتونیم استفاده کنیم.
خب, okay. Let me just read the sentence over again. I know some people develop very clever mnemonics to help them remember the material, but there is no real substitute. Substitute means replacement, something that you can replace something by something else. Substitute. We can also say, let me just say this, there are also substitute teacher. For example, I have a class today, but I cannot, handle it. So they send a substitute teacher, or they simply say sub teacher. Okay. Yeah, sub. So substitute for reading and going over the terms work. So reading and rereading and going over, what are the paraphrases for this? Revising. Thank you, Sarah.
What about rote learning? Sima. Is it correct here, rereading and going over the terms work?
I think not. We can, we could have used it in sentences above instead of, learning things by memory.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to have some sort of diagram showing different ideas to organize your thoughts. Diagram showing different ideas to organize your... What can be an alternative to say a diagram showing different ideas?
Mind map.
Exactly. Mind map. Thank you. Mind map. Please go on, Malihem.
Okay, sure. Let me find the diagram showing your thoughts. And memory learning is useful, but in a limited way.
Memory learning. I want you to say the alternative for this, please. Memory learning, what can we say instead?
Rote learning.
Exactly. Thank you. Rote learning is useful, but in a limited way. At the end of the day, you just have to read
a huge amount,
Yes.
Okay. You just have to read a huge amount until you feel you know the subject 100%.
So read a huge amount, guys. How can we paraphrase this word from, using some words from the opposite page. How can we paraphrase it? Read a huge amount until you feel you know the subject 100%. Please drop, alternatives for these two terms. Bury yourself under books is the equivalence for read a huge amount until you feel you know the subject 100%. So what can be an alternative for 100%? Knowing something 100%. Yes, Sarah. Yes, Atta. Thank you. Bury yourself under your books.
Know the we can say know the subject inside out.
Thank you. Yeah, when you know something 100%, you know it inside out, which again is a lovely phrase, to know something inside out. Thank you. Now let's move to exercise 3. These two final exercises, exercise 3 and 4, are really short. The answer is just, one simple word. And there are, in form of questions. So please read them. And guys, please type a little faster so we can, تمومش کنیم دیگه. منم دیگه داره انرژیم تموم میشه.
آره خب نمیدونم فکر کنی چقدر طول میکشه سیما؟
I'm not sure. الان 1 ساعته. الان اینستاگرام مثل قبل نیست که سر 1 ساعت. آره. فکر کنم اگه بتونیم سر 1 ربع جمع کنیم این دوتا رو خیلی خوب میشه. دیگه تونستیم. البته میشد جمع کنیم اون سخنرانی اول لایو من
در حالت عادی میتونیم جمع بکنیم. حالا امروز چون که جلسه اول بود شاید به خاطر توضیحات نمیدونم. اوکی. بچه‌ها میگم 5 دقیقه طول میکشه بریم.
خب. Exercise 3, answer these questions. Go ahead, Maliha, please.
What do we call the first attempt at writing something? Example, an essay. What do we call the first attempt at writing something? First draft, exactly.
Yeah, it's here, the answer. First draft. Thank you. Move to number 2, please.
What word means the date by which you must do something? It's very simple.
Yeah, you say it, please, Maliha.
Deadline.
Thank you. Deadline. Then number 3.
What word means using someone else's idea as if they were yours?
What word means using someone else's ideas as if they were yours? What do we call it?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism. Yes.
Okay. Next one. What are more formal words for to hand in and for to mark?
So guys, you're gonna drop 2 words. One for to hand in and the other to mark. Please chop, shake a leg, guys.
I think for submitted. To hand, submitted, and the other one could be it could be assess. Yes.
Assess. And let me give you a pronunciation tip. Native Americans are likely pronounce it likely. Assess. Yeah. So to hand in means to submit and to mark means to assess. تصویرت برام شروع کرد به چیز شدن، فریز شدن.
خسته شد. اب نداره اگر صدام اوکیه زود بریم تمام شه.
Yeah, next one please.
What phrasal verb do we use when someone doesn't complete their course? Drop out.
What phrasal verb? Drop out.
Okay.
Drop out.
Drop out.
And you know what? It's raining here right now, and whenever it rains, you know,
Oh.
yeah, whenever it rains, usually there is a power cut. I'm really concerned about it.
No, don't
That
be
what would happen.
Don't be worried. اما اگر فکر میکنی ممکنه یهو قطع بشه بدون سیو شدن میتونیم خودمون قطعش کنیم نمیدونم. It's up to you.
I don't know. I can't decide. Let's just, you know, bear with it.
بذار اینو تمومش کنیم. Okay, what is another word for an academic article? Where can you read them?
So again, 2 words, guys. What is another word for an academic article? 1 word for this. And where can you read them?
بچه داریم ادامه میدیم جواب بدیم. Paper article.
Guys, please.
Yes, paper article.
Academic journals. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Qahiri and Saeed and Sarah and Atta. Thank you, Mahia. Thank you. Next one, Maliha.
What is the name of system? What is the name of the system for getting books from other libraries?
What is the name of the system for getting books from other libraries? Library. American pronunciation, Maliha, is library, and the British pronunciation is library or library.
Library. Inner library loan. Yeah?
Yeah, inner library loan.
Okay.
Inner library loan.
Number 8, what word means the comments you get back from the teacher about your work?
This is very simple. Inner library loan was the answer for number 7. And what is the answer for number 8?
The comments you get back from the teacher about your work.
Feedback. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you. Thank you. Feedback. Next one, Maliha.
What word can you use for a person who is extraordinarily intelligent? You know, it's very simple.
Yeah. Just drop it, guys. What word can you use for a person who is extraordinarily intelligent?
Okay. Yes, genius. Exactly.
Genius. Thank you. Thank you.
10. What is a more formal way of saying do search?
Do research.
Do research, right? Oh.
بچه meanwhile به همون بگین که کانکشن چطوره؟ خوبه براتون؟
صدا نیست.
آره.
ولی ایشون مثلا آقای قاهری دارن جواب میدن.
آره. I think.
Okay, yes. Carry out research. Yes.
مرسی بچه. Thank you so much. So we do research, we carry out, or as I said, we conduct. And I think, Maliha, we have 8 minutes left. We can do part.
We can finish it. Okay.
4, yeah. Really excited. Choose.
Choose the best
you read,
word.
Please.
Okay. Choose the best word from the opposite page to complete these sentences. Number 1. If you quote an article in an essay, you must blank your source, giving details of author and title.
Author and title.
Author and title.
So what's the word for the blank space, guys? If you quote an article and essay, Maliha, please pay attention to the way that I link these words together. If you quote an article in an essay, if you quote an article in an essay,
yes,
you must
acknowledge.
Yeah, acknowledge. Thank you. So the answer for number 1 is acknowledge. You must acknowledge your source giving details of author and title. Thank you.
بچه دیکتهش هم توجه کنید. فکر کنم دیکته سارا جون درسته سیما؟
Yes. دیکته عطا هم درسته. Thank you.
Okay.
Acknowledge.
Number 2, open educational blank can be particularly useful for students who don't have easy access to a university library. Library.
Thank you. اینو خیلی خوب لینک کردی ملیحه. Thank you. I loved it.
تلاش میکنم. دوباره جلسه بعد یادم.
Thank you. It's gonna be okay.
Open
educational resources. Thank you. Thank you guys. خب.
Okay, number 3. How much blank have you done for tomorrow's math exam? How much?
How much? How much what? How much you have you done for tomorrow's maths exam?
No.
Come on, guys. Revision. Thank you. How much revision have you done? Yeah, for tomorrow's maths exam. Revision.
Okay, number 4. Don't forget to sign the blank form and hand it in with your dissertation.
Dissertation.
Sign the...
What form?
I think plagiarism form, yeah?
Plagiarism. Yeah, plagiarism. 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 Next one, number 5.
چی شده من قرار نبوده ظاهر شم؟
Yeah, what do you mean, dear Amin? This was the deal. We were supposed to do lives together.
شاید اشتباه اومده.
Maybe there's been a misunderstanding.
Maybe. Okay.
So
we can continue. Okay, number 5. Yes. Some people take a long time to find suitable work, even though they are very.
Some people take a long time to find suitable work. Even though they are very
well qualified.
Thank you, Malia. Thank you. Well qualified. Yes.
Orla has had a blank published in the British Medical Journal. Has
had a what? No, Mahia, the answer is not genius. It's well qualified. The answer for number 5 is well qualified.
Number 5, yes.
Now number 6. Orla has had a published in the British Medical Journal. What could be the answer for this?
Paper
article. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. But here, there is the indefinite article a, so it must be paper. We use an with article.
Yes.
Orla has had a paper or has had an article. Number 7, Maliha, we're finishing it. Yay!
All students need a username and password to be able to blank journals online.
Journal, Maliha. Journal is the French pronunciation.
رفته تو خوردم دیگه. Journal.
Journal. Yeah.
Journal. Okay. Good. All students need a username and password to be able to. نمیدونم این چی میشه.
So all students need a username and password to be able to journals online. Thank you, Sarah. Access or get hold of. Thank you.
اکسس ذهنم رسید گفتم که اکسس نداشتیم تو کلمه ها ولی داشتیم.
Thank you. Yeah, we had it. Okay. And the last one.
Casper is bound to do well in his mechanics exam. He knows the subject to blank out.
Out. I think, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of this name. I think it's Jasper.
Jasper.
Or Casper. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think because it's a special name. چی میگیم اسم خاصه؟ name دیگه درسته؟
Yeah, it's a person's name. It's a special name.
So it's not important to how we.
Yeah. So Jasper is bound to do well in his mechanics exam. He knows the subject out. And is bound means is likely.
Is likely?
Yeah, to, bound to do or bound to be something means it's certain or it's likely to happen.
Okay, is likely. Yes, the inside. It's correct.
Inside out.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Jasper is bound to do well in his mechanics exam. He knows the subject inside out. Thank you, everybody. It's 8:15. As I said, we did it, these last two exercises in 15 minutes. Awesome. Awesome. Just, I thank you all for being with us and interacting in this live session. So for next session, for next session, we're gonna please review Unit 1, and we're gonna go through Unit 2. We're gonna go through Unit 2. Please study it and check the meanings in a monolingual dictionary, do the exercises, and we're gonna practice together. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Maliha.
Thank you, Sima.
Anytime. See you next week.
Bye-bye. See you next week.
Bye. Bye-bye. So I think at least 18 of you guys, were with us during this 75 minutes. Awesome. There are 2 questions here, but they're not real questions. They were just compliments. Sima, please introduce again textbook. It is English Vocabulary in Use. English Vocabulary in Use, the advanced level and the 3rd edition. Just Google it and the PDF file will come up. Or simply text me on WhatsApp or Telegram. I can send you the file. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. I will see you all next week. Take care and bye-bye.